So what were you saying?
I'll show you the face mask later, bro. Oh yeah, so there's these fucking people over there. Look like that. It's obvious we're looking at them. You gotta flip the camera and input. So here we got a fucking terracell. We thought it was some type of artistic function, only to discover that it's it seems to be a religious Muslim prayer in process, and that's it. What do you flip it? We're all gonna die. Let's go.
Hopefully not. So we've been walking around. We talked about fish tank earlier. Then we talked about your plans of world domination.
Yeah, we don't have to regurgitate everything we were mentioning previously. We're just like take it from this point forward.
Yeah. But we're hanging out. We got some stuff. We're doing some things.
Make sure you're in frame, right?
Yeah.
So, right? Because this is your channel. Right? So.
And they kind of give them free ways of sort of
exploit, the FaceTime. Right?
Yes.
Because a large percentage of this is hinges on
I don't know if this chatbot thing will work, but I signed it up on the... Why is there a spaceman there?
So yeah, what I want to do is just take break it down the camera audio system and attach it to the outside of the fucking face mask.
Yeah.
It's like a plastic shield that is worn like sunglasses. So it attaches to you wear it no different than putting on sunglasses. But the thing is, the thing just drops down. I'll show it to you better. I'll pull up a picture.
Yeah.
Oh, well, you've seen it, actually.
Yes.
Where I'm holding the rifle?
Yeah.
That mask, yeah, that's, so what I like about it is they're mass produced, they're generic, and these are the ones available. This was an available option during the pandemic.
I think instead of a phone camera and audio system, I think you could set up like there's those glasses, the Ray-Bans that have the cameras built into them.
No, because see, I'm not supposed to be, my face exposure in public, on camera is supposed to be limited. Limited to indoors, right?
So then this is not
right
here.
Right, yeah. So this is all just dry run shit to me. This is just me acquainting myself with the platform, right? And just calculating what works and what doesn't, as I mentioned earlier.
Yeah.
So that once I'm ready to come out in full, in earnest, in uniform, etc. What was I leading with this?
You're talking about the visors.
Yeah. I'm doing it the according to script, and nothing short of that. Right. So this is all just like dry run stuff. So yeah. So I'm always supposed to be having my face exposed, during indoor venues, right? And a host of other things that I don't want to.
Yeah.
I don't want to reveal too much.
You don't have to give away everything.
Yeah, exactly. Just check out the content that I've produced. I'm talking to you boys watching.
Yeah.
And you'll get a comprehension of where all this is going to be.
Did you say you're social medias that you want them to check out, maybe.
So I did the video right there outside out in front of the yacht. You want to sit in the circle or you want to sit on the bench?
Wherever's fine with me.
Let's take a look. Take a spin to see good situation. What is it? It's like a DJ. This is like shit I want to do. Yeah, I want to have, well, I had planned on doing it's still in the books, a film festival. Yeah, I Spy Film Festival, right? New World Order. And it's having everything mobile. And, showing movies, having music, and just setting up in different points throughout the city, on different days. Never really the same place, and just providing material.
Yeah.
You want to sit over there?
Sure. Can you hold this for a second?
Yeah.
Thank you.
I don't want to go inside.
Thank you.
I met this one kid. It was these two guys. Over like, what's that? TV studio, Fox 5, I think. Over in that area. And they were young, young, early 20s. So he had like a setup where it was like hooked on a harness, and he had like a whole table. With,
Yeah.
And I
He's
think
a streamer, right?
No, he was just him and the other guy just walking around. He had like a QR scan, and they're just walking around with the DJ system, mobile DJ system, just blaring music while strolling down the road, the streets. So,
We're not going to the Mold Mansion today, but
say again?
someone asked if we're going to the Mold Mansion.
Oh, I don't think so.
Not today.
Especially without an invite.
Yeah. I don't want to just show up there. I don't want to be a problem for him. There's a streamer who goes around with a big table like that, a DJ table, and he gets people to freestyle on his tracks.
Oh, it's roll joint.
Okay, yeah.
No roll?
A little bit, kind of. I don't have any stuff for it though, do you?
I got that. Oh, this guy called this person earlier. They got
This place is cool. There's people skiing all around here.
yeah, this park's got, it's got a small square footage.
Definitely somewhere I should hang out more.
And a lot of content. Plus, there's a university. Background for NYU. The president's son attends this school.
I heard so, yeah. We should try to find him one day.
Well, at the inauguration, they had to walk right under me,
Yeah.
and I screamed out like, like a real deep voice. I like it there. It's fucking tall. Holy shit.
Yeah.
it's unfortunately, no matter all the efforts his father does, it's gonna be World War III too. That's what all the generals demand. It's a reset of the world order.
I'll probably get drafted.
You probably won't.
No?
No. Yeah, it's not gonna be that type of war. There was an instance, let me tell you, where I was at the farm in Ukraine, somewhere in Ukraine, and I stepped out. It literally had a fucking outhouse.
Really?
Yeah. So I stepped out and excuse me. I stepped out and used the bathroom and started like urinating. So yeah, I had to go into the back because down where the outhouse was, we had dogs, vicious motherfuckers. And semi-bunker subterranean with weapons caps, like all sorts of weapons. Right? So I step out, I'm looking at the sky, and what I was staring at was at a considerable distance. And I said, huh. I was like, could it be?
Who is it?
So I called out the other guy. I said, what do you think of that? I said, is that a nuke? So I'm thinking a nuke popped at such a considerable distance that it was visible, that's how big. However, so distant that we weren't able to hear it. And for a moment, I really thought that one got popped on behalf of the Russians.
Well, it's a good thing that I did, because you're here now.
And I said to I participated in 2 nuclear drills over there. The second one, I thought I was gonna lose my face. I was actually administered like a microdose of the shit.
Yeah.
And my fucking face was coming off. I didn't come out for like 2 weeks. Yeah. The first one was just it was waking up at all hours in the morning. My dugout bag consisted of my laptop, 1 change of clothes, a small medical kit, and the cat. So I had 2 bags. I had the 1 bag for the cat, the CP front. So I put her in front. So I put her bag on me first, in front. And then I would put the backpack over that to lock the strap with the cat.
Secure.
Yeah, so the alarms would go off, the sirens I mean, all hours in the morning. And it was an assessment drill, 30 days straight. And you see, warfare is very intricate. It's not all guns and bullets. If we're plotting to, enter that building, we're not just going to show up with hammers and start breaking, the entry in, right?
No.
We don't know what the fuck we're going to encounter, right? So what's the point in that? What's the point in trying to do something and failing completely? Being impeded and intercepted. So you got to do some research first. You have to analyze. So dynamics of that was simple. Seeing the response of the population in my assigned zone. And wow, it was unfortunate. You know, like there's an expression, you'll have plenty of time to sleep when you're dead. Right? It's the whole time in the world. Right? You know, it'll be an infinite. It'll be an infinite. Right? Sleep. Over 99.99 of the population in my zone weren't responding. Or prefer to stay in bed than jump out of bed as you are and go. So yeah, so during that time it was cold, and so you know I would sleep with like these like black sweatpants. They were kind of like big, you know, wide at the bottom, very comfortable, like pajamas almost. So I would use those for sleeping, and when the sirens go off, you know, my boots would slip them in, strap real quick. My coat, cat, you know, and my bug out bag, and that was it. Only one other couple was in my particular building was taking the effort to let me get the stuff, to look out for their own well-being and get out of bed and seek safety. So
Do you think it would be worth it to get out there if you didn't have the time to, if it was real?
well, at that time, there were strong considerations to pop a tactical nuke on Kyiv.
What?
To pop a tactical nuke on Kyiv. Now the yield can vary, you know, it can be small, it can be big. But that's what the drill was in preparation of. So these stations over there like really fucking deep. It's like almost like a block that you like descend.
Wow.
Yeah, it's like super deep.
It's probably like a few hundred feet, right?
You know, like they can be compromised. Let me trust this one. Hold that. They can be compromised, the safety in those places. But if there's a blast on the surface, you know, whether conventional or higher, you got like paper or something, like in restaurants, like
Like a normal
yeah,
paper?
something like a restaurant. So I
Yeah.
can kind of like crush it up. I didn't bring my grinder. I didn't have intention of smoking actually for a little while. And today I was supposed to have met with a social platform developer.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What would that do?
she's like the niece or the daughter. I believe she's like the niece of the owner of a social media company.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. So,
Here, if you want to rip the page out of there.
yeah. So we're gonna meet to discuss, you know, everything that the service that they offer, and you know, so far I like everything I've heard, but it's been through text, and you know, I'm not a text person, you know, especially when I have to like re-edit something, you know. It's very, very annoying, you know, to say the least. And, you know, for at this juncture, you know, it's where, okay, let's have a face-to-face. So the person was caught up at work late, so, you know, we decided to just reschedule before moving forward. Now I want this person to, I've already extended The notice of, hey, you know, if you're compatible, if she's compatible with the production, then you know, she would be a great asset. This person knows like the ins and outs of everything. So remember, like at the end of the day, unfortunately, we're in a capitalistic model. So you need to monetize, right? You need to monetize, and you monetize the shit out of everything. And this is the right person for that purpose.
She's a social media manager, or she like makes social media?
Yeah.
Cool.
I don't know the actual title. I kind of added specialist.
But she knows what is popular.
That's the business that she's in. And she went on to reveal that the owner's family. I'm not sure if it's the dad or I think it's more like an uncle maybe, or maybe an older sibling.
Wow.
So everything proceeds correctly. I'm optimistic the individual will become a more significant involvement in, you know, the production itself.
Yeah, that'd be good. You'd get if she knows what she's doing, which it sounds like she does. She'll definitely be able to help push you a lot further.
At the end of the day, everything I'm doing, right, is being observed on all different levels.
Yeah.
That said, I let these people know the lower the budget, the more sinister this is going to be.
So you want them to give you a higher budget. So you're saying if they don't give you a higher budget, then you're going to...
There's an existing budget.
Uh-huh.
And it's just driving everything, hopefully, to the point where the budget's accessed. We're talking about a lot of money. That's if we're all alive still.
Yeah.
You know, earlier I was down by Varick and Halston, and I'm sitting in a room that overlooks Midtown.
Yeah.
So from a distance, you know, right? So I was able to see Hudson Yards and all that, nicely in quiet. And you know, I just kept looking out and like, what if one pops right now? Yeah. That's how it's gonna be.
Okay.
Let me put it like this: if one popped already, we were dead like 10 minutes ago, 15 minutes ago, and we've yet to realize that we're dead. That's how fast this shit is.
If one,
If a nuclear pops.
yeah.
You know, professional.
I don't think there'd be much running from that if it.
No, you know, to impress how lacking the imagination is compared to the reality. If one had popped already, we were dead 15 minutes ago.
Yeah.
And here we are still, you know,
I mean, even
clueless and oblivious to the fact that we already died 10, 15 minutes ago.
even if you're out of the blast radius, there's still radiation poisoning in the air.
Oh yeah, that's the after effect. So, mind you, outside of the immediate blast zones, this is survival. There's gonna be a lot of survival. Yeah, a lot of survival. But you ever see these like post-apocalyptic type movies? After right? Like everything's all fucked up. And it's like gangs and all sorts of crazy shit, right? And everyone's just scavenging and putting whatever they can together, and right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna be like that. So if you haven't prepared to weather that shit comfortably, it's gonna be a miserable time for a lot of people.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, big
Do
time.
you think most people would want to be living in that type of world?
There's gonna be a
Or
lot
do you
of
think they're
suicides.
just gonna...
Those who survive, there's gonna be a lot of suicides among them.
Yeah.
Me, yeah, that's the ideal environment, and not only for myself, but for a large percentage of people. You know,
I don't know if I could deal with that.
if you're pushed
Uh-huh.
beyond your limits, you'll never know how far you can evolve.
Yeah.
You know, as simple as that. Even if it's
Yeah.
like, I'm ready to have some cameras, live feeds set up in Ukraine.
Yeah.
I got 2 in mind.
Do you visit there occasionally? I mean, if you can.
Well, no, since I got back, I haven't been there. I've been wanting to go back, but I'm tied up over here at present. So we're ready to have our own fucking dilemma here. Yeah. Just watch the news if you don't understand what I'm saying. Where's the fucking thing? Sorry, I'm like trying to avoid this from blowing everywhere. I don't want to rip the page out of your book here. I like this drawing right here.
Thank you.
You got long paper?
That's the only paper I have. You could rip a...
Oh, you got long? You can
No.
long.
That's the only paper I have.
Oh. You have short paper.
Yeah.
But you don't even have paper.
No, not that type of paper, no.
You don't have any paper now.
I don't smoke usually.
You know why I started for pain management? All the hype I heard about the pain management?
Yeah.
Yeah, got a lot of injuries. And,
Does it help you?
I don't know.
Does it make you feel good?
I'm on the fence about that still, to be honest.
Does it make you feel good?
Well, you know, I do enjoy the high, so it keeps me mellow in this town.
Yeah.
God knows I need to be, you know, mellow around civilians.
I heard that CBD is usually better for that, the pain, right?
Well, initially I was here when it was being legalized, when it got legalized, but when it started with the CBD first.
Yeah.
Right? So I was like, huh, this is weird. Why am I so functional, you know? I would find it odd. And then I found out the difference between the CBD and what we're smoking now, THC. Like, oh, that explains it. I was like, you know, what's all this hype I hear about, you know, the weed nowadays, supposedly, you know, like 1,000,000 times stronger than, you know, previous generations and this and that, blah, blah, blah. And I was just like, you know, I don't see it. And then my friend Stanislav, he explained it to me. So at that time, they were still doing the THC variant was still illegal, and that was their domain. You know, heavy in the drug business. So, you know, I've known a lot of people in Germany, you know, on a professional level. So these guys, at the time before I left, they were Ukrainian.
Here in New York?
Yeah, Ukrainian mob. And we pulled off one of the most successful fucking parties during the pandemic in Williamsburg.
Yeah.
Even the cops were told were instructed to ignore the calls.
Really?
Yeah. And the talent was imported from Europe. The DJs.
Wow.
Yeah, that was a wild night. And we got there around like 10, I think. They didn't exit until like 10 the next day, and it was still going till like the next fucking day. But it was
Almost
like
12-hour party.
yeah, it was just like it's like all right, that's enough fucking partying in that regard.
Yeah.
So. You name it, I've been there and I've done it.
Yeah, you seem like a very interesting person.
And I still have.
I didn't know that you were in Ukraine.
I'm ready to contact a buddy of mine. He's Albanian mafia. He's actually a boss. And this guy even studied medical.
Really?
Yeah, before he said, you know what? he got bored with the shit. Yeah, he was just like, he quit. Yeah, he quit med school and everything. And next thing you know, his father, his own father, told him, "You're always a rotten one." Yeah. So everything this guy's ever done, he's always been successful at it. Right? He even did federal time. Right?
He's successful, but he's bored of the everyday.
So, no, I mean, he just found it more to his liking, getting into the underworld, and everything in that regard. So I remember one time he was telling me when he was in the Fed. Yeah, he's a fresh arrival. Like everything this guy does is in the million mark and up. Yeah, he's no joke. Yeah, he could fuck up like practically everyone in. It was more controlled, it was like like people in the field, and it was a demonstration. So so he goes to sit down at a table, and I believe he said like Italians were there. And initially they were like, no, you can't sit here type shit, right? Then when they found out who the fuck he is, they were like, oh, and at that time he was like, yeah, fuck you.
So you know a lot of people who are big time, like they can mess someone up. Wow.
I've been watching a lot of cat videos.
Yeah.
Constantly liking and following. Like half of the things I'm following is like cat related.
Yeah.
And that just shows how much I miss my cats. I got 3 of them. I got one in Ukraine right now. And
I hope you get a place.
no, I'm saying, like I really don't deal with the dogs sometimes. I don't respect these guys. That's not police work what they do. Go around giving people tickets and stuff.
I try to stay away from the cops. I've never really needed to be near them. So, you said before you were here, you were you were somewhere else, right? You were looking over the overpass or something?
Yeah, I was looking out the building, and Iran just finished hitting Israel. That shit is ready to escalate and unravel. There's a lot of animosity against the Jewish people, especially now with this whole genocide thing in Gaza, Palestine.
Yeah.
Like their mask is finally, becoming undone. Yeah.
I'm not too keen on war. I think it would be nice if everybody could get along, but that's not the way the world works.
I mean, that's the ideal scenario. Humanity is warlike species. It just insist on waging war against anything and everything it comes into contact. I mean, even like sci-fi movies where, right, space-based, like more than half of them, it's at war with some like alien race.
Yeah.
Like, it really is like.
But I don't think I can name one alien movie that's not about war.
Oh, there's plenty like that, yeah.
Literally, Star Wars has war in the title.
That's what we're looking to do.
Avatar.
We're like God's army ants in the cosmos,
Yeah.
right? In the grand scheme of things, and along the premise of like Star Wars, that's going to be our next evolution as a species.
I mean, if
But
you look
under
at,
the right leadership,
if you look at the way that
capitalism
technology,
doesn't cut it.
if you look at the way that technology is evolving and things are changing, it is going towards the direction of sci-fi movies now. Like we have projectable touchscreens.
What are you talking about? You are living in the sci-fi era. Like, this generation is it practically has it at displayed at its feet, right?
Yeah.
I mean, my generation was fairly easy, cell phones when I was a teen.
Yeah. I mean, even when I was younger, there's differences between technology. Like CDs aren't really used anymore. I still buy CDs, but I mean, they don't really, it's not like the main format anymore. It's digital now. Because digital is more, it's easier. You can just pull it up on the phone and listen to it, but I'm just asking for $1, I think.
What do you have, like a bag of weed? Yeah.
I didn't see that.
Yeah, it looked green.
I don't know.
Clusters of green. There was a lot of activity here in this park recently. I've been sick all these days, so I didn't venture out. Oh fuck, I missed this. Oh, I missed that. Most of what I mainly do is observation. Right?
Come here, people watch.
And then I write, my analysis. And then that gets shot up the ranks, up the levels, right? So I like being very hands-on. When I'm present, it's not a good thing. No.
You're like a shadow.
They insisted that I be back in this country. Because they were like, what the fuck is he doing over there?
Were you were born here or you were born in Ukraine? If you want to disclose it, you don't have
That's
to.
a boring question.
Okay.
Next is, you know, what do you do for our job? Like, really?
I don't know.
Not
I'm
too
just
imaginative.
just picking your brain, trying to see who you are.
Yeah, well, in time, right?
Yeah.
You know, that's a highly personal question.
You didn't have to answer it.
You don't know for what reasons I might want not to respond to that, right? Because
I got a charger.
who knows what enemy or two I might have watching.
Uh-huh.
Oh, fuck, Dr. Riff is
I don't
right.
even know how many people are watching this. I think the comments are
I
broken.
like to, you know, my main theater is mine.
Theater of mind, the doors of perception.
But we do like to kick the door down on occasion. But it's all very surgical.
Yeah.
So what I like to do is a lot of preconditioning. And by the time I'm doing that, it's end game.
Yeah.
Yeah, the best.
You put the idea in people's heads, and then once that's in their heads, it's done.
Say it?
You put the idea in people's heads, and then once it's in there, you're pretty much done with the job.
Well, how do you do that? For starters, it begins with a simple interaction. And then the rest is just fun. So I'm very much into social engineering. And I got my own agenda. It's like, you know, walking into the fucking, what's the expression? Doesn't matter. Oh, taking candy from a baby or other. Yeah, it's like, wait a minute. What?
It's like taking candy from a
Yeah, it's like a bag of fucking money right there, right? Cash. USD.
Yeah.
Or euro.
1 million.
Let's say yen. The yen's gonna be worth more than the fucking dollar in a minute.
You think the yen's gonna be the global?
Right? Like, this country's got no fucking... It's a no. You will not win this economic fucking war. I got a factory on the ready to mass produce the Dr. Ref dollars.
Yeah.
Right, with the scar and everything. You have a uniform, right?
Well, you know, I draw. I could etch something out for you.
It is the lowest stock on the fucking market.
Thank you. Sorry. Thank you.
You want the bottle?
Huh?
The bottle yours?
Yes. Thank you.
You got like I had a finger prick today. I did a HIV and FC test today. Came out negative.
That's good.
Alright, cool. Yeah, because like a month ago, I had sex with this one cat. And I did it on spite. To hurt this prick, this Ukrainian fuck, Dennis. Whom I invited to go with me before I left.
Just recording.
It's live.
Can I promote?
Sure.
Go add me on SoundCloud at KingPDY, SoundCloud.com. Check my music out.
Oh, that's you guys, yeah. I love it.
Cool.
So what you got? What happened? You do it without charging? That's amazing.
Yeah, I drove too. I got it.
You did a great one. Let
me see it. Let me see it.
That's the way you did it. I hate it and I love it. It's like, what is it?
It was just a quick little doodle I did of him while he was passing by.
Is that how people perceive me?
I'm looking for it. Let's see. One of these pages.
Are you with the BJs? Oh, I thought you were.
I did a quick little doodle of him as he was passing by.
Is that how I'm perceived?
Yeah, when he was passing by, I didn't study it too much.
Oh, y'all have a good night.
You too. Do you want to show some of your dollars? Okay.
Do you know the equation for how to produce a $1 million production with $1? Do you know the math for that?
Not
A
sure.
$1
You don't
million
spend it.
production.
You don't
with
spend that
$1
$1.
motherfucking dollar.
You do it with what you have. You don't spend it.
Well, I'm talking about where you're coming out
Yeah.
as if you got $1 million, when in actuality, your investment was no more than $1. Hence, you know, like such success with social media. It's available to everybody, right?
Yeah.
And that was the bait. Right? Welcome to my world, everyone. It could be either a pleasant or a nightmarish experience. Just go to Eastern Europe right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, they could tell you.
What's it like there?
Oh, horrifying. Dangerous. Oh, yes. Very much. You know, it was like practically every day running from fucking bombs.
Yeah.
I was like, are you kidding me?
Is
I was
that
like, I
what
just want to party. Right? So that's me. I can land anywhere, right?
I heard
Bam,
Ibiza is a good place to party.
Despite the curfew, right? When I got there originally in 22, it was like at 22 at night, the curfew. Like everything was shut down. So I showed up in October. And quickly, you know, sniffing out, where are the fucking after hours? I know some after hours around this fucking town. Don't make me burn this motherfucking down. So quickly, you know, met up with contacts, and you know, I was doing the after hours when in Kyiv, you know, the main city.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just charging now.
So I was delighted because I hadn't been in that fucking country since I was like 7 years of age.
Wow.
Yeah, my father.
I've never left the East Coast.
So what happens? So I as you know, tour around town. I recalled several places that my dad had me fucking present, and were actual, you know, like Cold War era shit, like exchanges in fucking the world. So I inherited a division.
Really?
Which I rightly command as well.
You visit that area?
In fact, I was commanding it. I earned the respect to command it well before having inherited it. Like, we're gonna bring it to like some real Star Wars level shit.
Really?
Yeah, so you're seeing the content.
Yeah.
So the persona is an admixture of Darth Vader, Cobra Commander, Fearless Leader.
Fearless
Yeah,
leader.
you know Fearless Leader?
I'm not sure.
From Rocky and Bullwinkle.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Funny shit. Robert De Niro did the role of Fearless Leader in the movie version, the one and only movie version.
I think I saw the movie. It was pretty funny.
So you're familiar with Cobra Commander?
I think so.
Cobra Commander.
Is he the one with the park ranger hat or no?
Park Ranger. No.
It's been a while since I've seen Rocky.
I can show you some content. But it's an amalgamation of all these different personas.
Yeah. I got a water bottle somewhere in here. I can't find it.
And manifesting it in real life. Right? So, do you recall let me show you to my conversation. You remember the campaign ad I made? Digital
I
campaign?
think so. I've seen some of them.
Let me show you. Alright. Let me call you guys.
Okay. So. Got a water bottle. I can't find it.
I'm at Washington, D.C.
Imagine.
Now Square.
We're talking to the president tomorrow. I don't know where the rest of my water went.
So I like the content these guys got here. Bank robbery, finance and maneuver. What?
I have turned the screen on your phone?
Yeah, of course. So I like this group, right? And I like to be very low key.
Yeah.
You know, even when I have it, initially I like to be low key, right? I like to feel people out for who they really are, right? Because if you show up in a fucking Lamborghini, you know, you're gonna have instantaneous friends everywhere. You know what I mean? And this and that.
Is that what you
And
did?
that gets boring, you know, I mean, you know. It's fun to do, of course. But it's just doing all different, you know, calculations and variations throughout life. Not doing the same old thing time after time.
Time after time.
So here it is, I'm equating myself with this whole streamer community. Or am I? Right?
Well, I am.
I like doing cameras.
Yeah.
And that's what's making this even more progressively dangerous. Is hands-on, right? And me making revelations that I shouldn't, especially when I smoke. Things that are sensitive in nature. That can get me a bullet in the back of the head.
So the weed makes you a bit more...
It makes me a little more reckless. You'll be shocked what you know when you have keys to the executive intelligence fucking bedroom. It's one big network. It's beautiful.
So once you have one person on your side, you got everybody pretty much from that group.
Look, my friend, everything I do and everything I say is very deliberate, and if not, you know, seemingly spontaneous or just a misstatement, it's all by design.
So that hat is part of something you're working on, right? Or is that just a hat that you found?
You know, I met this Ukrainian kid in Times Square, a photographer. Nice young lad. So, what happens, I'm approaching him for employment purposes. Yeah, he's got the whole equipment, like those guys in Times Square with the tablet and the camera and the lights and the and so he's young and good looking and tall, right? White Ukrainian lad. So I'm saying to myself, okay, he's aesthetically what I need as a cameraman around me.
Yeah.
You know, dressed in black.
You have
More
to have,
militant though.
You have to have people that look.
Yeah, more militant.
Good,
Along
to sell your
the lines
idea.
of the uniform that I'm going to be wearing. So
Uniform is very important.
now that we're progressing into the summer, I call it spring winter. Right?
Yeah.
I love it. A little warm in the day and icy cold at night. Right?
It feels like it's less windy now though. It's warmed up a bit because there's no wind.
Yeah, so it's still good weather for like, you know, an outdoor public film festival venue. You know, impromptu. And this is where we need a laptop, a projector, at least one big speaker. A screen is easy. That's like, you know, a fucking white bed sheet, right? A big one.
Yeah.
Right?
You could even.
Or something more professional that it's
Even put
easily
down some of those
collapsible.
pillars.
'Cause my thing is about, you know, timing, right? So since they're impromptu, unlicensed, and since they're cracking down on the artistic community, right? Because they're just bored.
Do they ever actually
Right.
clean the ball pit at these
It's like,
play gyms?
you know,
Or
they
is
dared
the
me.
kid just swimming in the
What do you
bacteria
do with a
catching
police
whatever
force
food
with
they
nothing to
feed
do?
in there?
Yeah.
They get bored. They start sucking their thumbs. Suddenly,
Well, they're sending them on.
Suddenly, if you bat your eye one too many times, that's gonna be a fucking offense. Holy fucking shit. Yeah, so we had to get rid of that. I said, Right. So, not sad to say, but this might be a surprise to some to say. The current president in your country, USA, all the things he's doing is not on his exact behest. Now, let me put these sunglasses on before I speak any further. Hello, everyone. It's Dr. F. How many viewers we have?
I'm not sure. It doesn't say.
Doesn't say.
Maybe I could check.